What do you want?
The views and opinions expressed in the following podcast do not necessarily reflect those of the DVM Production Empire. That's how you know it's good.
You're listening to the DVM Production Empire. Backed with content, millions of downloads, taking the world by force. Join the Empire today at dvmpe.com.
Groovy. No, the kids are fine. No, we're just gonna sit around and tell some stories. That's right. Well, I'm happy to do it. Okay, we'll see you later. All right, Billy, you and your friends come and sit around.
Yeah.
Yay! I'm going to tell you stories.
All right.
All right. So, there was a group of children, not too much older than you. They were driving down a long and empty road. When all of a sudden they heard, shh. They got in a car and they ran and drove as fast as they could.
No.
They did. And then at the end, when they finally got away,
there was a hook hand on the hood.
No. There was just a couple of scratches and a note, and it said, "Sorry, I scratched your car, but I have a friend who works at a paint store, so we're gonna do the work for you, and there's no need to call insurance."
Oh, okay.
Oh, not impressed?
Now?
Okay. Well, there's a group of kids sitting at home one night, and it was storming. And all of a sudden, they got a couple of phone calls, and it was this weird noise. And it was like, hello.
And it was coming from inside the house.
No, they actually had ADT. It was like really good security. Like there's no way like their door would have made a beep 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 sound. And I think what it was somebody was calling and they were trying to sell them to change from Dish Network to DirecTV.
No, that's kind of scary. Okay.
Okay, here's another one. So Tommy was driving home from the dance when all of a sudden a girl comes up to him and says, "Hey, can I get a ride?" Now Tommy hadn't seen her all night, but he had just assumed that she was just another dancer at the party, so he said sure. And they drove down the road, and when they got to the cemetery,
she floated out of the car because she was a ghost the whole time.
She said, "Here, take a left on Elm, and it's the third house on the right." And so they actually talked for a little bit in the car. Turned out they have a lot in common, and they dated for a while, and I'm going to their wedding this week.
You're going to a ghost wedding?
No, why they're not ghosts? Why do you keep saying ghosts?
What? It's a scary story. I'm waiting
No, they're just stories. Telling you about things in my life.
Oh, well, why are you being so creepy about it?
Oh, you want a ghost story?
Yes.
Patrick Swayze died. He still liked to do pottery. So him and Demi Moore get Whoopi Goldberg, who later became a nun that sang. It was a terrible fight on the subway. Turned out that guy was also a ghost. And he was like, "I can move things," and it was a whole ordeal. And it turned out to be a pretty good movie after all. And then I think something happened to Patrick Swayze later on. It was very, very sad. But that's not so much of a scary story. What's going on, Empire? This is Stupid's Talking Stupid on the DVM Production Empire. I'm Patrick.
And I'm Bear. And we read the stupid, so you don't have to.
Mm-hmm.
And in keep in line with the Halloween theme we got going on, there's a story about pumpkin theft.
Pumpkin theft.
Pumpkin theft. And it's not even that it's just any old pumpkin theft. There was
It's a special pumpkin theft.
Well, the police put a lineup of the pumpkins online and say, "Can you identify your pumpkin?"
Oh, no.
Yeah, it was 3 teenagers driving around an SUV. They were caught with 48 pumpkins and 1 gourd.
Ooh.
So they were driving around the St. Louis area on the 18th about 1:40 in the morning, the first call came in that pumpkins were missing. So, yeah. The pumpkins were coming from inside your house. So, it was like they're getting calls from all these different subdivisions, and Sergeant Jamie White of the Maryland Heights Police Department was tasked with dealing with this bullshittery.
Jamie White.
Yeah.
I wonder how long he'd been on the force. Like, he came that day.
So, yeah, I just moved from a really, really high crime area, looking to kind of settle down.
Oh, yeah? We got a good one for you.
Don't you mean we got a gourd one for him?
Oh, don't stop.
Okay, I'm sorry. You tell.
So,
what are you guys talking about?
This is the highest priority.
Okay.
And we think someone of your experience can help with this problem.
Well, I solved 114 murder cases last year.
I know.
alone.
I saw that about that. And we're very impressed. But we're having a pumpkin theft problem.
And people, I'm sorry. The way you led into it, I'd assume there was more to this.
No. Someone of your stature should be able to, find this out like right away. You just carve into it. You're gonna go downtown and you're gonna find our snitch. His name is Jack.
Don't say his last name. Say his last name.
He's Irish.
Is it a lantern?
It's McGillicuddy.
But his middle name's O'Lantern.
His middle name's O'Lantern.
He's Irish. Headless a horseman.
Oh, happy Halloween.
So a neighbor called in a description of a SUV spotted around the time of the first vanishing pumpkin. Sergeant Jamie White tracked down the Subaru Forester, which is the perfect pumpkin snatching vehicle if you don't have one.
That's if you're gonna snatch some, get in the Subaru.
So officer pulled the car over, saw it was full of 3 teenage boys and 48 pumpkins in a gourd. Like it was packed.
48 pumpkins in a gourd.
In one gourd. That's how you would know they were serious.
Grab that gourd.
Nah, this is a pumpkin thing.
No, come on, just one gourd. You know how much I didn't get in your way when last Christmas when we were stealing like Christmas trees. I let you get that birch.
Well, yeah, I know, but that complements the wood.
I know this is a gourd, and I like the color. It just throws a little yellow in there. It just works.
All right, fine, you can get it, but it goes on your lap.
That's fine. I'll carry the gourd.
Call me Gordy Howie. Yeah, so they arrested the teens, and the next day, the officers had all these pumpkins. They weren't carved; they were just pumpkins that were sitting out on people's porches.
Napping.
They posted a picture of a pumpkin lineup on Facebook, saying, "If you woke up this morning to a missing pumpkin, please contact me."
We grew pumpkins one year. My dad used to have this huge garden. So near the middle of the summer, he's like, you know what, I'm gonna do pumpkins. We'll do some pumpkins and whatever. So they never got huge, but they're just like mid-sized pumpkins.
The world needs mid-sized pumpkins,
right? So they're just mid-sized pumpkins. So we
like how you're describing like an SUV. Yeah, it's mid-sized.
Mid-sized,
family class pumpkin.
So one day because they used to bowl on Sunday mornnings. My mom
With the
and dad,
pumpkins?
No.
Oh.
My mom and dad went to go bowling, and then me and my sister and the neighbor, our neighbor Gary, decided we were going to carve a bunch of pumpkins and then decorate the yard. So my dad comes up to his entire crop of pumpkins. They have been picked. They have been carved, and now they are all in the front yard. And we were like, look what we did. And he's like, I think he actually had plans.
Yeah.
I think he was going to cook some stuff and do some.
I was going to make some pumpkin pie.
Maybe pumpkin pie, but nope. Not a single pumpkin was left. We carved them all.
Jesus. You guys are pricks.
I know. I felt so bad because he like started midsummer, you know.
He just kind of woke up one day from his midsummer's night dream.
That's right.
So I'm gonna.
No, I
I'm
mean,
grow
you
these
like,
pumpkins.
meticulously, like, you gotta weed, you gotta do all this stuff, you gotta do all this. That's what people used to do. They used to watch my dad work in the garden. He had this crazy, like, people used to eat, on the other side there was an industrial area. People would eat lunch and look at his garden, because it was huge. And everything, like, so, the thing, so he very meticulously, like, grew these pumpkins, like, over the course of months. And then we're like, yeah, take a knife, spoon it out, like that.
It's like someone growing a bunch of tomatoes. You're like, we're gonna bring a fool over and throw these at him.
Watch me juggle.
Thanks for growing this ammo for us. That was food for the winter, but
No,
whatever.
Watch me juggle.
A lot of people showed up to identify these pumpkins, and many claimed to know their pumpkins just by sight. He said,
"That's him, honey. That's Barry.
He looks like his mother.
He looks like his mother. That is his mother."
He says, "I don't know how, but we trusted people would be honest. And you know, a pumpkin is basically a pumpkin." That's great detective work. You don't get that anywhere else.
I think it was Nietzsche that said that. A pumpkin is a pumpkin. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Totally blew my mind.
Him and Dr. Seuss. A pumpkin is a pumpkin, no matter how small. As of Tuesday, there were only 13 pumpkins plus the gourd left unclaimed. So I'm thinking the gourd, that's a bastard pumpkin that just got left out. No one wanted it. So I was like, just put it on the curb. Don't you think people will
Honey, don't you think we should go pick it? No, we got rid of it. Was going to have to sit in the trash till Tuesday. Now it's the police's problem.
But you wrote our address on the bottom of it.
Damn it, it's coming back. The gourd that wouldn't leave.
The long gourd by.
Oh, God.
Oh, gourd.
Oh, gourd.
The older boys were both charged with misdemeanor stealing. The third, a 16-year-old, was referred to juvenile court.
Oh, my God.
So, I mean, I can't really talk shit about them because when I was in college, my freshman year, my buddy had a minivan, and there was three of us. My buddy whose van it was driving. I was in the front seat, and then we had another buddy. Oh, wait, was this then, or was it? Yeah, it was that. And we had a third friend in the back. So we'd be driving around. We'd see a house with some pumpkins. And as long as they weren't carved, like they were just whole pumpkins, I was driving around like Naperville at 1 a.m.
Yeah.
So like we had the sliding back door open, and like you would close it, but not all the way, so you could just hop out and grab it real quick, and then jump back in and go. By the time we were done, I think we had like 20 pumpkins.
Man.
And we're like, what are we gonna do with these? We live in a dorm. I don't know. Let's bring them upstairs. We'll find something to do. Like, okay, so we brought them upstairs, and I forget what we did with them, but like I think they were in someone's room for a couple days before one of them started to like get kind of shitty.
Started to rot.
It's like, we probably shouldn't have these in the room. To carry them all back
No,
downstairs.
we used to find the ones with like the legit candles, not just the little tea lights.
Yeah, none of that bullshit stuff.
And then like put an M80 in there, like next to it, and then eventually the flame would catch on the wick and bam, pumpkin.
But that seems kind of dangerous because of the fact of you're just kind of hoping the candle will light it eventually.
I mean, we get it real close, and then like the wind's blowing and stuff like that.
I know,
like,
but what if it's one of those
gonna-
things like you wait 10 minutes and all of a sudden the family's
Kick
going
it.
outside?
Oh God, we never thought about
That's
that.
a real butterfly effect thing, like putting the M80 in the mailbox. Comes home with a baby. Oh no, explosions.
Comes home with it. This is my colicky baby.
We just have to check the mail right now. Some people around this time of year are going to have Halloween parties, right? What about having maybe a different themed party?
Oh, different theme.
Yeah, like if a teacher were going to be throwing you a party, like if you were a teacher at Major Lakes Academy in a Florida grade school.
Right.
It's Florida grade school. There's a teacher there. It's a dance teacher throwing a party for a former student. All right, put yourself in the mind. You're a dance teacher for grade school
5, 6, 7.
in Florida, and you're going to throw a themed party for a former student.
Okay.
You're throwing it at school in a classroom, what's your top 3 themes for this party?
This is Florida?
Florida.
Meth house.
Nope.
Breaking Bad.
Nope.
Meth house watching Breaking Bad. No, strip club.
Eerily close.
Oh, God, what was it?
Dildo-filled classroom party.
Oh!
An X-rated party featuring dildos, penis candies, and lollipop vaginas.
Okay.
Yeah, the dance teacher threw a surprise party at the school.
Was it a bachelorette party?
No.
Okay.
It doesn't say that if it is or not. It sounds like it is, but you're throwing this party for a former student in a classroom on a Wednesday.
Yeah, probably not good.
But at the same time, no, this is in Florida.
Yeah.
So you can't really hold it against him.
No. They don't learn things.
Mm-mm. Well, I mean, you do learn how to throw a killer party.
Killer dildo party.
To be fair, it was after school, so it's like
Killer Wednesday dildo parties.
It hosted the party. Like I said, it was for a former student, but hosted guests as young as 11 years old. So a bunch of kids showing up to the penis party, which you can't have that. Not anymore. It's 2017. You can't have kids at a penis party. They may have flew in the 70s, but everyone had huge bushes then, so it's a different time. There was one mother who was complaining, saying that there was videos that she got to see of it. She said, in the videos, we see how... I'm going to read this like an enraged mother. In the videos, we see how they are preparing for the surprise party, and as the boy walked in, the party's for a boy, they surprised him with a hat that had a penis attached to the top and a string to be able to pull so it can get erected. So it sounds like the kid's got a cool hat. One of those that you pull.
Yeah, one of those cool penis hats.
When you pull the string, it's like, hello, hello, hello. You know, like... Back in the 90s, we had the clapper hats. You pull it in.
I love those.
It's a fantastic hat. They should bring it back. But instead of hands clapping...
The mistletoe hat.
What about the ones that was hands covering giant boobs and the hat?
Yeah, and it goes...
Oh, they didn't even move. It was just like, yeah, I got boob hat. Yeah, I got
boob hat.
I got boob hat.
I had a friend who thought he invented the mistletoe hat. He's like, look what I did. He's hanging around with the mistletoe. He's like, look. I'm like... Yeah, you can buy those. He's like, oh, I thought I invented it. I'm like, no, you didn't.
No, you just had the same idea as someone else did, but they got there first,
right?
So they're a millionaire.
Right.
While you're an idiot.
You think the mistletoe hat guy's a millionaire?
Dude, the dude that made the fucking little table thing that goes in a pizza box.
Is a millionaire.
Yeah.
I know the guy who invented the flat the carpenter's pencil eraser, or not eraser, sharpener.
Yeah,
those little things. We know that guy. He was coming up with the idea. They were living in a 2-bedroom apartment. They had four boys, like 1 year, like almost like 1 to 2 years apart.
Were they throwing them penis parties?
No, they weren't.
Oh, that's
but my sister used to babysit them, and all the time he had this idea for this thing. Now they live in like freaking Inverness in like this huge ass house. He retired
with only 3 boys.
Yeah, well, they got rid of one.
Yeah, he sucked.
It was part of the deal.
He's like, yeah,
we'll make your pencil sharpener, but you have one too many sons.
You have to choose, Ben. One of them to give up, Ben. you have just we're sacrificing.
This is going to be a huge choice,
Ben.
Right, but you're going to take some time.
Take Ben. I've packed a bag already in case this day ever came.
Ben, here's your go bag. I don't have a go bag. You have a go bag.
Where am I going? Away.
Go. Here's your bag.
Tim, tell Ben to go.
Go. And he always got his bag.
The mom went on further to say, there was a cake that had a lollipop shaped as a vagina. Yeah. The parent claimed her daughter was disturbed by the over-the-top party.
Oh, whatever.
Saying, she couldn't sleep last night. She woke up crying. It hurts that she's being taught this at the school where I trust she's going to be taken care of.
Mommy! Mommy,
Yes, dear.
I had a nightmare.
Oh, you tell Mama all about it.
You know, in the Nutcracker, where
Yeah.
she's got visions of sugar plums.
Yes, it's such a beautiful thing. Just
In my dream, the sugar plums
yeah.
were being sexually attacked.
What?
There were dildos everywhere.
I'm sorry, dear. You're crying a lot. Can you please?
There were dildos.
Okay, it sounds like
And the music even changed. It was dildo.
Oh, honey, you're being hysterical.
I'm not. It happened at the party.
What party did you dream about?
The Super Dildo Wednesday Party Spectacular.
Oh, honey, why are you dreaming about super dildo
It
parties?
happened at school today.
You dreamt about it at school today?
No, it happened at school today.
The dildo party?
Dildo party happened at school today. Here's my gift bag.
Oh, Mama's got to take this one for herself.
Told you I should have filled up on dildos before I went to sleep. You have nightmares.
I'm hungry 30 minutes later. The school, for some reason, fired the teacher.
What?
Yeah. They said the number one priority is the safety and well-being of our students and faculty. Once we became aware of the situation, we addressed it immediately and have taken the appropriate measures, and the individual has been dismissed.
It had been okay if they were all wearing protective eyewear.
Or if this happened in health class.
There you go.
So now I have a story of when I was in school. We were driving around in a van, and we were two of us in the front, one of us in the back. We're driving around going, 1 o'clock in the morning, there's penises on the porches, but they weren't carved penises. No.
We were like, we probably shouldn't. Where are we going to put these? We have a dorm.
Yeah.
So we put one over there, and after a while, it
started leaking out the top. What is this?
Get this out of the dorm.
So we gave it to the girls' dorm, and they loved it.
They loved it.
So yeah, crazy things can happen in school. Mm-hmm. 1 minute you're going to a penis party thrown by a dance teacher. Yep. The next minute you're getting your likeness digitally altered because the school doesn't like the way you look.
What?
Yeah. Like if you're at this Texas school.
Like, oh.
Mm-hmm,
let's get his yearbook. A bunch of uggos in here.
A Texas school district apologized after a homecoming queen's hair was changed from the purple that it was to brown because it's against their dress code.
I swear to God, the things they care about.
Not only did they digitally alter it for the picture, they did a terrible job of it. So you can still see the purple outline around her hair. So it's like someone fired up paint.
Right.
Ain't close enough. I got it all in the lines. It's like, you can color on the lines now. I was told to always color in the lines.
It's hilarious how people sell out, man. I was talking to somebody. It was Charlie, of all people.
The Vietnam.
Well, he works for the same high school district that we went to. And he was sitting there, he was talking about some kid who got sent home because her hair was orange. Like orange. And I said, so what? And I'm like, is that going to affect? He goes, no, part of the dress code, man. I'm like, you have an idea what you sound like? I'm like, you used to be ridiculous. You were ridiculous in high school.
Yeah, but he didn't have orange hair.
No, but
because that would have been the
he did
worst.
His fair share of whatever. My favorite story is when Charlie was walking out of the school wearing a hat. You're not allowed to wear a hat in the building. Wearing a hat. One of the deans is like, Charlie, take your hat off. He's like, I'm walking right out of the building. He's like, Charlie, take your hat off. And he's like, I'm walking out of the building. And the dean goes over and like takes his hat from him. Charlie reaches around and lifts his walkie-talkie. I'm like, oh, Charlie, give it back to him. He's like, give me back my hat.
That's fair.
It is fair, but I'm just like, listen to you talk about we're sending orange-haired girl home. I go, you literally like picked the pocket of the dean and held it hostage until you got your Tasmanian devil hat back. Oh yes, that was a Tasmanian devil baseball hat.
Well, it sounds kind of like a Taz move. Take the walkie-talkie back.
Yeah, right.
So Ebony Smith was crowned homecoming queen, and Galena Park Independent School District posted the press release with the
Purple hair.
North Shore Senior High School. The homecoming king and queen. It was a normal picture. Guys just looks normal. Doesn't have anything done to her. She looks normal except for the hair part, where it's clearly someone just copied and pasted some grossness. It was photoshopped pretty bad. It just made her look terrible. The school posted the picture congratulating her and the homecoming king. But the problem is the color purple for her hair is banned by the school. The handbook...
They don't like the Whoopi Goldberg movie?
Yeah, right. The handbook includes a list of unacceptable hairstyles and specifically tells students to, quote, avoid inappropriate hair color, listing purple as one of the examples. She agreed to dye her hair brown after homecoming, but she still had... It was purple for homecoming.
Here's the thing. This is where again?
Texas.
You don't
North Shore Senior High School.
You don't like the thing. You don't like it. You don't like the fact that she's got purple hair.
Mm-hmm.
So, don't put out a congratulatory photo.
Yeah.
Just decide not to do it this year.
Or, yeah, don't put the photo. You can still put the blurb, like, congratulations to the prom king and queen. Or homecoming king queen. All right, cool.
Or make it black and white.
Which is what they did. The school swapped the Dr. Homecoming photo for a black and white picture following the complaints. So there was a link to the handbook on this story, which I downloaded. It's like 50 pages. And after scrolling through a ton of it, there's a few things that I'd like to point out. Mind you, this is the handbook for the entire school district.
This is when we were talking about prom dresses. Go ahead.
So this is the elementary schools, middle schools, high schools, all the things.
All the schools.
So page 1 of the rules, it's like page 5 in the book, but page 1 of the rules. Under rules for elementary and middle school, they have some things like, long shirts are not considered a dress, no leggings under a skirt or dress, no spandex, jeans may not have holes, shit like that. But then they have things like pants must fit at the waist or student must wear a belt. There will be no sagging. Students whose pants are sagging will have their pants stitched with a zip tie.
Wow.
They also have no symbols or shapes may be cut into hair. And mind you, this is for elementary and middle school. All tattoos must be completely covered. So, swear to God, it's in there. All those elementary and middle school
tattoos.
Yeah, better.
What do you mean? What do you mean? My son's got to cover up his Confederate flag?
Well, ma'am, he's 7.
He said he wanted that. He got that when he was 4 years old. He said, "Mama, I want me a flag, and I want it right here on my arm." And I said, "Junior, yes, sir." So who are you to say that he can't show his pride?
Well, we just don't allow tattoos in this elementary school.
Who are you to say that he can't show his pride?
Again, it's a rule for everyone.
Is it everyone? Is it everyone? What about that one kid? That one kid that he's got the tattoo of the eye drop. You didn't make him get rid of that.
That's a birthmark.
Oh, I'm sure. Then so does that. Let me tell you a story. There was my baby. There's my baby. He was born. And I was like, "What's that? Is that a birthmark of a Confederate flag?" That's what it is. I lied earlier when I said tattoo.
I'm sorry, man, but birthmarks do not come in that many colors.
How do you know?
And there's writing on it that says
How
Southern
do you
Pride.
know? It was a birthmark, and I was like, well, that is convenient, because if he was born in Rhode Island, he would look ridiculous.
Just some kid named Clancy who lives in Rhode Island. Yeah, I don't know. It's a birthmark.
I don't know, dude. I
try to get it covered up. They said because it was such a weird birthmark, I can't like the info.
Like then I was like, let's tattoo over, and they're like, no, because you can't go to middle school.
You did so well in the 3rd grade. I can't stop you. Continuing with, we got rules for high school now, with no symbols or shapes may be cut into hair again.
That's right.
But then we have no visible tattoos with reference to alcohol, sex, vulgar language, symbols, or shapes. You can't have a tattoo that has symbols or shapes.
Like, I'm going to drink a beer and have sex with a triangle. Just right here across my chest.
I mean, it does say no visible, but I'm like, you can't, if you get a tattoo of a circle, no.
Drink Corona and fuck octagons.
More like, dude did a gun.
What?
And then another part of the handbook, which is kind of...
Have a shot of whiskey and fornicate with a diamond. No shapes. It's a jewel.
I do two things, lines and rhombuses. This is just a few sentences, just kind of in the middle of the book. I feel like there should be more explained to this, but there's not. I looked, and I'm kind of confused. It says, insurance. Student accident insurance is available to parents who wish to purchase a policy. There are two options available. Option 1 is a 24-hour protection policy. Option 2 is an at-school protection policy. Contact the school office for more information. I'm sorry. I'm not getting car insurance.
No.
I'm not getting homeowner's insurance. I'm sending the kid to school where they're supposed to be safe. So
where does that money go?
I don't know.
I don't know, dude. I learned the whole thing that schools are like. So my nephew goes to private school, and the other day,
well, private schools are different.
True,
because you have to pay for your kid to go there. It's like Sam's Club versus Jewel.
Right. Here's the thing, though. At Sam's Club, though, in the middle of the store, they don't come to me and say, "Oh, by the way, for extra money, you could do this." You know. So, like, my sister...
You can get different memberships.
Well, in this case, my sister had a little envelope, and she's like, oh, I got to put $2 in this or $3 in this. And I said, why? She said, so he could wear gym shoes on Friday. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
I go, don't you already pay tuition? And she's like, yeah. I'm like, how many kids are in that class? She's like, you figure there's like 30 kids in a class. And that's pushing it. So say 20. 20 kids.
20 kids.
20 kids. Right. So that's like $60 per classroom.
But what's that money being used for?
School stuff.
Because I know there's like...
He's also got a raffle thing that I could buy a book of things for like $25. I'm like, don't you pay tuition to keep this kid...
And they have an executive bathroom pass where he doesn't have to ask. He can just go. It's $400 a day. But you know what? He pees whenever the fuck he wants.
It is worth it.
He just gets up and goes, mm-mm. It's like, Timothy, you sit down. Mm-mm. Gold pass. Sorry, Timothy. You have a good day.
Right away, sir.
According to my tattoo, I'm going to go do some lines. Because I just got done learning about rhombuses.
What?
So get the fuck out of my way. Yeah, you can buy child insurance. And the thing, it's like, you can get 24-hour policy. Is it because you know there's a sad kid? And you're like, today might be the day.
Oh, no.
It's just in case, honey.
Honey, we don't need 24 hours. Have you seen him lately?
Well.
Did you look in that notebook of his? I'm just saying, this might be a good time to invest.
Like, we were talking before when we were having trouble with the house, we were just going to beef up my life insurance and fake my death. Next best thing. Plus, this way, we can try again.
Plus, it's Ben.
Who cares?
Who cares about Ben?
If I could give him away to have like a mind-blowing invention, I would.
Ben. You're never going to be good enough. Here's a Sylvia Plath book and some pills. Whatever happens, happens.
Your straight A's are just a bunch of people shrugging, going, eh.
I love your sister more, and she gets D's.
Mm-hmm. D's nuts. I'm sorry, you can't put the ball in the tee like that.
No,
and
I knew it was
it.
happening. I knew it was coming.
And then another thing in here that was kind of weird. Like these schools have a lot of rules. First off, you cannot bring skates or skateboards to school. I'm like, oh, that gets rid of half the cool kids in the 90s, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? Only clear or mesh book bags will be allowed on secondary campuses. This does not include district-issued bags.
What's the secondary campus?
Like high school.
Okay.
So
Clear bags,
You have to have clear bags and non-purple hair. What's going on in this school
I don't
district?
know.
And you can buy 24-hour insurance policies. Like this, I feel like this leads to a lot more questions than it does answers.
Yeah.
In the code of conduct part of the book, we get to the where they describe level 1, 2, and 3 offenses. A couple of the level 1 offenses, one of which is violating of the dress code. But another one is horseplay / scuffling.
Okay.
We don't tolerate horseplay here.
Yeah.
That's a level 1 infraction.
Trigger, Secretariat, put the Monopoly away. I know. That's a level 1 infraction. Sorry, those horses were playing.
Sons of bitches don't have any respect for the law. Level 2 offenses, there's some of the normal stuff. You get, possession of a facsimile of a gun. You get possession of an air gun or BB gun, possession of a stun gun, possession of a razor, box cutter, or chain, possession of a pocket knife or other small knife, possession of mace or pepper spray, possession / use of a laser pointing device, gambling.
Yeah, you gotta close up that poker ring.
Well, it's funny that this is here as gambling because I remember back in I was probably 3rd or 4th grade, there was a huge issue with POG gambling.
Yeah.
Yeah, so POGs for people that are.
That's because bitches were going home crying and they lost.
It's like don't step to the table.
Don't put in the middle what you can't lose.
You throw in a plastic slammer at me, motherfucker. It's metal all day, son.
You want to go play plastic? Go down the street.
Yeah, go play with the 3rd graders. They just have those freaking tattoos. They're not hard like us. Another level 2 infraction. Being under the influence of any non-illegal substances. Yeah.
I don't know what that means.
Right? I get...
What you doing there, son? You drinking a Sprite?
Yes.
That is a non-illegal substance.
I'm sorry, I was just so thirsty.
Level 2 infraction.
How? Level 2 disciplinary actions include exclusion from extracurricular activities, restitution if applicable, removal of in-school suspension, alternative educational setting, citation, arrest, or removal from the school district transportation. So if you are under the influence of any non-illegal substance, I had a little bit of caffeine today. Oh, you're going to jail.
What do you want to bet that I'm not going to kick you out of school?
I don't know how to answer that because we're not allowed to gamble.
I almost got you. Got you on a level 2 and 1.
That's a level 21.
What color hair you got there, boy?
It's brown.
Oh, brown, huh? It doesn't look natural.
I'm sorry, I have naturally blue hair. I have to dye it every week.
No, you got level 211. That's not how math works.
Corrected me on my math. Level 4 infraction. That's like a tattoo of attitude. A tattooitude.
Tattooitude.
We're going to have to fine you for that. I mean, getting fined for having different colored hair, that's crazy.
That's crazy.
But you know what else was crazy for getting fined for?
What?
Singing 1990 hits by CNC Music Factory.
Is this a new story?
This is a new story.
But before that, we got to pay some bills.
You know what? Let's go ahead and pay some bills because everyone else is paying some tickets.
That's right.
So we're gonna pay some bills real quick. We'll be right back.
Wrestling. A love and a passion we all share. I've started a wrestling brand. The wrestling brand. A brand founded on the aspects of wrestling. Two entities working together to create a product that connect emotionally for people everywhere. Collar and Elbow is the brand. Passion and love for wrestling is the drive. I am Al Snow, And this is Collar and Elbow, the wrestling brand.
Get 10% off of your order when you use promo code DVMPE at collarandelbowbrand.com.
And we're back.
Yay! Sponsorships. Speaking of shelling out some dough, a man was given a $149 ticket just for singing some sweet tunes.
Oh my God!
Are you familiar with the 1990 hit by CNC Music Factory, "Gonna Make You Sweat"? AKA Everybody Dance Now.
Da, 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 da.
Sir?
Da,
You're,
da, da.
sir?
Everybody
No.
dance
No,
now.
okay, I'm going to give you a ticket.
Move.
So, I don't know how to say this name. Tofuk Moala,
That's right.
which I'm pretty sure is a dish I had one time at a restaurant I couldn't pronounce.
No, yeah. I'll have this.
I'll have the Tofuk Moala without cheese, please.
Yeah, no, you don't want it with cheese.
Yeah, that's just asking to just shit yourself. Try not to be subtle, you know. So he was driving along, singing to the sweet jam, when he heard a police siren behind him. He said, "I was thinking they wanted to pass, but no, they got out of the speaker and said, 'Please go to the right side.'" He stopped and 4 police came, 2 on each side, and checked the inside of the car. Then they asked me if I screamed. I said no, I was just singing. But to be fair, that song, it does pump you up quite a bit.
Everybody dance now.
Okay, I'm gonna have to pull you over again. We just talked about this.
Yeah.
Police checked his license and registration, came back with a ticket for screaming in his car, a fine for disturbing the peace.
Oh, man.
A $149 ticket.
Bullshit.
Yeah, by the way, this was in Canada.
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah, I know this is gonna be kind of rude or anything, but you're screaming real loud.
Oh no, I'm just singing along to my classic tunes.
I know, but you're disturbing the peace. Like there's a homeless person over there. He's like the only one we have. He got woke up.
Oh, I'm sorry about that.
He has a job interview tomorrow. He's trying not to be homeless anymore.
Congratulations, damn! It's just, have you heard this song?
I've heard this song, and I like to sing it in like a little bit different, like lower tones. I sing "Everybody Dance Now."
Oh, but that doesn't make me want to get up and move.
Blam, 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 blam. Yeah.
You know, I went to the acoustic version of the song.
Oh yeah.
No one played an instrument.
Plink, 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 plink. Yeah.
How do you know all the words?
I just. Do it.
He said, "I don't know if my voice was very bad and that's why I got the ticket, but I was very shocked. I understand that they are doing their job. They're allowed to check if everything's okay, if I kidnap someone or there's danger inside, but I would never expect they'd give me a ticket for that." Like someone's driving along, they think they hear screaming in a car. They're like, sir, do you got someone in the car? Nope, just rocking out. Yeah, but you made me move. You made me put down my sandwich.
Right.
It's a $149 ticket. He just accepted the ticket and was like, all right, I'll fight this later. It's fine. Fighting the ticket could take up to a year before it's going to take place. So this whole thing is going to be looming over him. Imagine getting pulled over and say, "Oh, you got some open tickets."
Oh, yeah.
For disturbing the peace.
Okay, I was really singing CNC Music Factory.
Oh, how does that go?
It was "Everybody Dance."
So get down.
Oh my God.
Do you have any drugs in the car?
No, just happiness. Happiness is my drug. Do it. Yeah.
So you do have drugs. As he said, he simply plans to tell the judge how he got the ticket and hoping that'll throw it out, saying, "Imagine if the Canadians won a game. All the fans are going to scream out of their cars. They're going to sing. Are you going to give them all tickets?" Ooh, throwing that Canadian shade.
And it's like a whole group of people behind me. It's like, turn around. It's like we're all one lawsuit. We were singing when the Canadians won, and we all have tickets.
The first witness is CNC Music Factory. I don't know why we're here for them. This guy was the one that was pulled over. Yeah, I know, but you're a bigger group, and everybody was dancing now. So you
we were paid to be here for a concert.
You incited a riot.
Yeah.
So yeah, you get a ticket for being a strange thing. Sometimes you think you know what's going on, but it turns out to be something different. Sometimes, people you think are ninjas are not ninjas, and it turns out to be someone else.
It happens to me all the time. Well, I'm sorry, I thought you were a ninja.
Well, the Japanese police have the so-called Ninja of Heisei that has carried out more than 250 break-ins. They have caught him, an actual person that dressed as a ninja, going around committing crimes. He's been charged with thefts worth about 30 million yen, which is $260,000,
right,
or 200,000 pounds. Police have been dealing with these burglaries for over 8 years, carried out by someone wearing black, assuming they've been carried out by someone.
What if he's just in his pajamas?
Well, you'd think that, but it was in Japan, so by
They don't
default,
have pajamas?
they do, but they're also ninja clothes.
They just assume. You just assume I'm a ninja. That is stereotyping. Because I'm short,
Sir,
Asian, and dressed like a ninja.
You have a sword on your back.
Maybe it's for. I mean, I'm a landscaper.
Okay, but you also have nunchucks on your hip.
Maybe maybe they give out salt and pepper.
Okay, why do you have these throwing stars in your hand and you're about to throw them at
Christmas is coming.
Okay, why is there someone following you playing the theme song to Karate Kid?
Is it the Chicago one? I am a man who will fight for you. Or is it the instrumental?
It's the song from when Daniel-san wins at the tournament at the end.
Oh. Because I pretended to be a ninja.
Yeah.
You got me.
Yeah. Got your ass. So, investigators observed the subject. They said he went into
Until he vanished.
He went into an abandoned building and changed clothes before waiting till it got dark to steal. He was dressed all in black, just like a ninja, the senior official of Japanese city of Osaka said. Police said the thief displayed great physical ability, running effortlessly on top of walls instead of taking the streets.
He's a ninja then.
Okay.
He's not pretending he is.
Do you want to know who they caught? It's a 74-year-old man.
Get it.
This 74-year-old man.
Hardcore.
74-year-old man running on rooftops dressed as a ninja, robbing places for 8 years.
There you go.
Dude, some people do yoga.
He's in shape.
I steal.
All right.
After the arrest,
What is that, Pilates?
the man was quoted as saying, "If I were younger, I wouldn't have been caught. I'll quit now, as I'm 74 and I'm old enough."
Dear Lord.
Hey, man, you should have seen me 20 years ago. I could ninja like no one's business.
It's like the plot to that Sean Connery movie with Catherine Zeta-Jones.
The Rock?
No. The one where he teaches her to be a thief.
Zorro?
Yeah, that's it.
Highlander?
No.
James Bond?
No.
The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen?
That's the movie.
Okay. Speaking of extraordinary gentlemen,
Yeah.
there's a Louisiana police officer just doing his job. Dealing with a drunk lady. Turns out, Selena Daly
Entrapment.
of Lake Charles, Louisiana.
I've been there.
She and a friend went wine tasting at McNeese State University,
Okay.
where she ended up having a few too many glasses of wine. Typical story.
Typical
You
wine
know how this is going to end, right?
Yeah, she forgot to spit it back in the bucket. I don't get why people come to these things and I don't taste anything.
Yeah,
So many wines.
you don't even know. Okay, like
I think this has an oaky finish.
you're drinking like these small little glasses. I drank there's a bucket just full of all of them. I believe they call it a suicide.
It had an oaky finish with a little bit of a charcoal aftertaste.
You're chewing on your chair.
Oh.
Her friend ended up calling the police after Daly passed out in her friend's car. And when she finally woke up, she found herself in a jail cell under arrest for public intoxication and assaulting a police officer.
Get away from me. I just want another glass of Malbec.
Ma'am, you've had enough.
I haven't had enough. I'm just tasting things.
Okay, ma'am,
There's no way I had enough to get drunk.
you've been here for 2 days.
I tasted 5 bottles,
But there were,
which means 10 bottles.
but ma'am, you're drinking. You haven't stopped drinking since you got here.
What's your name?
I'm sorry, it doesn't say. She brought a cookie cake to apologize to the officer, saying, basically apologizing for the way she behaved.
Hey, officer. Here's a cookie cake.
Is that what's okay? Is that what's written on the cake? Half.
Officer, sorry.
She's apologizing for one specific thing she did to the officer.
I'm sorry that I need you in the balls.
Nope.
No.
It's sorry I tried to bite you.
I think you can get those, Jewel. Sorry, I tried to bite you cakes.
Yeah, I've never heard of a personalized cookie cake saying sorry I tried to bite you.
Oh yeah, you gotta do it.
But I guess if you're gonna attack a police officer after you've been doing wine tasting, get so drunk you pass in your friend's car and she can't rouse you, so she calls the ambulance because she thinks you're sick, and then she just show up and try to take care of you, and you can just fight him off. You're gonna bite him and wake up in a drunk cell. You're like, oh my god, this is the baddest. What should I do to repay this? Like, get a cookie cake. You know?
Yeah.
And what would you eat the cookie cake with?
A glass of wine.
Nope. A ramen fork.
Okay.
Specifically a $130 ramen fork.
What?
Yeah. You're familiar with ramen. It's like the noodle shit.
I love it.
Apparently, you can get the 10-cent noodle packages. Like, yeah, it's ramen. Or you can get like the full-on actual noodles with veggies and eggs and all that good stuff. In Japan, a big way of eating it is you just take a fork or chopsticks and you slurp it.
Yeah.
You slurp the fuck out of it. Like, that's part of the experience. Some people think it's fucking gross.
I do.
Because it is.
Yeah, I don't want to hear you eat.
So, Japanese instant noodle company has created a noise-canceling ramen fork.
It's like a noodle silencer.
It's...
Pew! Pew! Pew!
Oh, you're just really firing off a lot of rounds over there.
I know. I'm just slurping up some ramen. Pew!
I got 2 bowls in this clip.
Pew!
So Nissin is the company. They introduced the product called a
what you've been missing.
Otohiko.
Oh.
Yes. It's a special fork meant to ease the cultural tensions by drowning out the slurping sounds by Japanese natives often make while eating ramen.
Okay.
It provides a magnificent solution for noodle
slurp.
It's so I've never tried to say these words together because it's a thing. Noodle slurping noise.
It is.
It's the cultural friction between. I'm having trouble. The cultural friction between the people who enjoy slurping noodles and the people who feels the noise uncomfortable.
I'm pretty sure that's how
trying to read it, but it's a Japanese.
Crusades happened.
Exactly. Like a Japanese company writing in English, so it's not perfect, so it's fucking me up. So you think, how does a fork that just looks like a electric toothbrush? So imagine an electric toothbrush, but like you think. When I see something like this, I think of the like the spoons that are made for people with like Parkinson's. Mm-hmm. So like they're shaking, but if they have that, it's like a stabilizer, so they can kind of have like a normal spoon again. Mm-hmm. This is just a big device that you stick a fork in. And it has a microphone embedded in it, and anytime it picks up the sound of slurping, it sends a signal to your smartphone, and your smartphone just plays a loud noise. So it's not even.
So it doesn't cancel out the noise.
No, it cancels out because it's like when you're making a noise, it goes, nah.
Oh, I love this too. Here, let me get a little bit of. Oh, that's just so you don't have to hear me slurp.
I'm sorry. Could you demonstrate it one more time?
Sure. Hold on a second. I'm going to get a whole bunch of it, and I'm going to bring it up, and I'm going to go... See, it's perfect.
Doesn't bother anyone now.
You could get foghorn, you could get rooster. I have it set on man having seizure. Here, let's do it one more time. Perfect. Now you don't have to hear that slurping sound. Some might find annoying.
What other settings do you have on there?
We've got foghorn. We've got rooster. We've got black secretary Lawanda.
He ain't in right now.
I think you could have got away with girl.
No. I was trying to be the secretary, not just base it on who you see as a person physically.
Oh, okay.
I gave her an identity. That's her job.
Girl. Yeah, she's gonna yell. He ain't in right now. You're right. You're a way better person.
It would have been perfect. He out to lunch now. Oh, that's true. He is eating. It would almost be really loud, but thank God he's got that fork.
Right. So no, I keep it set on guy with seizure. Here, one more time. Perfect.
The Otohiko is available for pre-order until December 15th for $130.
There you go.
And only 5,000 of them will be made.
What?
I know.
There's so many Asian people. Why would they limit themselves?
I like how that's their solution. Not like, guys, stop being fucking gross.
Hey, knock it off. No. We can make some money here. Keep going.
I mean, what other... I mean, that's a pretty useless invention for a problem that's like... it just makes the problem a little bit different. Like, what other terrible inventions can you try to make?
I mean, there are some out there now that are just fucking... I'm trying to think of stuff that I'm just like, I see, like, you don't need that.
Well, I know.
Nobody needs that.
Yeah, it's true. There's a lot of things that's like no one needs that, but at the same time, it's like no one needs this. Like people need something like the fork to like make them be quiet, but it just makes the problem worse.
Right.
Instead of just you get a loud noise.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
I always wanted to invent a pillow.
Copyright.
With its right. No, but it's out there, I think, now.
Oh, pillows?
With this stabilized thing where you can put your arm under so that, like, it doesn't fall asleep. Because I put my arm under my pillow and it falls asleep. Then you try to answer your phone and you're like... like...
Oh, I have this fantastic invention called silent mode.
Right.
And I'll get to my phone whenever the fuck I feel like
well,
it.
I'm just saying. I've since started to do that. But at the very least, you wake up with your arm is asleep because it was underneath your pillow. But this one has a thing. It's like a lifted pillow, stabilized. You can put your arm in it, and then the pressure wouldn't be on your arm, so it wouldn't.
I think they even have those like tabletop sleepers where it's like you can put your head in, so it's like a little cave.
Right.
And you can put your arms into it, so you're like, it's like you're sleeping around your backpack. Like back in school, you just use your backpack as a pillow when you're sitting in the library. But this is like a big pillow, but it's got a cavern for your face,
right? And
then armholes, and you're just like, oh, this is the life.
There we go.
But then you have to carry that thing around,
right?
But the $130 loud fork, which is not a product I ever thought I'd have to say, is not the only weird product we have available on this episode. I know we love ridiculous products.
Still got one more,
but I got one more product for you. A New York hotel is announcing the return of a fancy bagel. Now you're thinking a fancy bagel. Why am I talking about this? This can't be anything that fancy.
Indeed.
Well, the thing is, it's got white truffle on it, also topped with a bunch of gold. is a $1,000 bagel.
Ugh.
The Westin New York Hotel in Times Square.
This is like gold flake.
Yeah. So it's like gold pieces on your schmear. It's like, yeah, $20 bagel,
Yeah,
$2,000 bagel. It's like, what'd you do to it? I put some expensive shit on it. I put a wedding ring in it, so now it's a $3,000 bagel.
Yeah.
Can you just take your ring out of it? No, $3,000.
No, sorry.
So why is there a ring in here? Well, she said no, and I can't return it. So we're having a special on one bagel only. You're the lucky guy. Congratulations. They had this as a limited run in 2007, but after multiple requests, which, by the way, who's requesting?
Nobody's requested it.
$1,000.
Nobody's requested it.
Or is everyone requesting it?
Will you bring back that expensive bagel? My mom died and left me a bunch of money. Now I can afford it.
Want to eat it in her memory.
That's right.
She's on her deathbed. She said,
Get that bagel.
Eat my fortune.
Eat it. I'm leaving you $1,000. Go get a bagel.
Eat this in one meal with one food item. Find one food item worth $1,000 and then eat it. It's like a weird version of Brewster's Millions.
And think of me. Yeah, right.
It's like Toaster Strudel's Millions. So the price includes tax and gratuity, so it's not going to be ridiculous.
So it's not like 1,000 and 100.
Yeah.
10% gratuity.
As much as I want to be 100% fuck these guys for it, all proceeds from the sales of the bagel will be donated to Holy Apostle Soup Kitchen.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So
There's even a silver lining.
I know. It's a gold lining.
Yeah.
Interested guests are being instructed to order their breakfast foods 24 hours in advance. Quick, we have to go next door to Bagels and put some bullshit on it. I don't... You can't just keep Gold Flake on hand?
Right.
Oh, no, it's going to... Gold Flake and bananas, both things you can't keep more than a week.
And then always away.
It's how you always hear about it. I mean, it's a really stupid thing, but it's like, yeah, they're doing it for good reason. But they're saying, yeah, all the proceeds, well, our cost on this bagel was $300. Like, my grandma made it.
Right. But the $700 is going to that soup kitchen.
And they're going to get so many bagels. They can't even buy one of our bagels, those fucking idiots. What are they, poor?
Yeah.
Oh.
Sorry.
$2,000 bagel.
Yeah. They can't afford frivolous things like me. Pardon me, I'm going to take a slurp of ramen.
That's a fantastic fork you
I
have
know,
there.
there's only 5,000 of them out there.
I want them all.
You can't have them.
Can we send them to the soup kitchen?
No.
That would be terrible because we're sending forks to a soup kitchen.
I changed my mind. Let's do it.
We have donated.
Yeah, I would do the. There is a super spoon out there that costs $150, but it only just, instead of slurping, it shouts out racist things.
We're not going to demonstrate
I
it.
just so happen to have one here. No, it's out of batteries.
Oh, how unfortunate for everyone involved. So, yes, it is a spoon, but as you pick it up, it starts spinning in circles. So it dumps everything out. It'd be a fantastic melon baller. It's an automatic melon baller is what it is.
That's not what it's for.
Yeah, but
It's for soup.
Sir, I feel like...
Don't you bastardize my creation.
We could probably just use this for so many other things.
Nope. It's for soup.
There's a hole in the bottom of it, too.
To teach people to eat soup quickly.
Sir, have you ever eaten soup with a drill?
Yes.
Would you like to more? And then finally, we have another Florida story. Oh, you might have actually heard about this one. Florida couple who ordered some storage totes off of Amazon.
Mm-hmm. Totes.
All right. They bought 4 27-gallon storage totes. The problem is these 27-gallon storage totes showed up pretty fucking heavy.
Oh no.
as if they were full of something they didn't order.
A body.
No.
Cocaine.
Very close.
Weed.
Yes.
Yes.
65 pounds of marijuana.
And don't worry about it. I'm not checking Amazon Prime. See if I can
Yeah. See if they got any more.
Get it here by tomorrow.
It's like, I don't know why, but we had a huge run on our 27-gallon storage totes all of a sudden. Are you going to look up 27-gallon storage totes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see how much it costs. How much did they pay?
So the boxes contained the plastic bins the couple ordered, but the totes themselves contained boxes filled with 65 pounds of marijuana.
That was weird. $32.54. The marijuana? Presents.
For every other drug, there's MasterCard.
Right?
The package has been shipped from Amazon's warehouse deals via UPS from a Massachusetts facility. The marijuana was turned over to the police because the couple is a bunch of narcs.
Well, come on.
The couple spent more than... Oh, I'm sorry. Did you not get what you paid for? Yes, you got what you paid for. And then presents.
And then presents. That's hilarious.
The couple spent more than a month attempting to get answers from Amazon in a series of email exchanges. The customer said they were never actually able to speak to a supervisor, and they eventually received an email with a $150 gift card and a message saying, "I am unable to do anything else at this time." The couple said they only wanted an apology and an explanation. Bitch! Why do you need an apology for someone sending you a fucking party?
They put me in a position to do something illegal, and I want an apology.
Oh my god.
Things are terrible. My children they're going to penis parties, and now this. First my children are going to dildo parties, and now this. I'm the worst woman in the world.
Everyone's having fun, except me. And then someone sends me a present that's supposed to be fun, and I'm like, nah, I can't have this.
No.
65 pounds of marijuana shows up at your door.
I'm trying to think the equivalent. Yeah. Like what in this room is 65 pounds? Maybe this lamp. It's pretty heavy.
That is not a 65-pound lamp. That is like a 25-pound lamp.
Wow. Then you get a couple of those.
You get 2.5 lamps worth of marijuana show up at your door.
Me, you know.
Makes you want to blow up the world.
No.
Nah, okay. This is a story of Wilbur Saunders.
Wilbur.
A 72-year-old retiree who has developed a fun hobby of collecting other people's trash. Not collecting it like bringing it to his house. He just goes around picking it up to throw it away. Because he's a super nice guy.
Okay.
Here's the thing. I'm gonna tell you this story. But there's a couple of flaws in here where I'm like, this is kind of bullshit. And we'll go over it in a second. But, so 72-year-old retiree, he developed the habit of going around picking up garbage out of a need for more exercise following a heart operation 9 years ago. And he was doing a walk, and he could see a bunch of cans and bottles hanging out around in the ditch, and he decided to make it look better. He's going to go around and pick up the garbage, and it kind of got to be a habit. He'd go on his daily walks, pick up garbage, it'd be a good thing. And he was surprised by how much garbage he found. He found like 30 bags within 3 kilometers.
Right.
He said, when I got that cleaned up, I started expanding. I'm just about doing the whole countryside. Like, kind of joking, but he's cleaning essentially the entire town that he lives in, just walking around picking up garbage. Like, you drive somewhere, the kind of people you normally have like a chain gang. He's like, nah, I'm gonna go ahead and pick it up.
I'm gonna do it.
He walks about 11 kilometers a day picking up trash, which he then loads into his car to take to a dump or to recycle. He estimates he's picked up roughly 1,500 bags of garbage in total in his local area.
What about money-wise for recycling? I mean, I know he's not doing it for the money, but...
I don't know. It doesn't say anything about him getting any canned deposits. His daughter said that, my father kind of became the face of garbage cleanup here in Williams Lake. It's like, okay, I mean, I feel like you'd have...
So proud.
You'd have garbage men for that. The community response has been amazing. Residents provide him with lunch, with coffee, and they thank him. I feel like they could just help him out by not throwing their fucking garbage everywhere.
Right.
Like,
Nah,
nah.
he needs something to do. Bro.
Nah, Wilbur's got it. Here, Wilbur, have some coffee. And when you're done, just throw the cup on the ground. Some guy comes around and picks it up.
Don't even worry about it.
Last year, the local city council recognized Saunders with a certificate of appreciation and even gave him dozens of garbage bags to help in his efforts. Motherfucker. Like, hey, thanks for doing all you do. Here's some more garbage bags. Get back out there, Chief.
Yeah.
Like, or you can pay him? No, we're not going to do that. Here, we gave you a certificate and some garbage bags. Go back to doing this for free. I mean, it's kind of like, I get you were thankful that he's doing it, and it's amazing that he's spending, like, this is how he's spending his retirement. He's getting his exercise that he needs. He's doing something good. But at some point, like, the city the city kind of sees him as a local celebrity. It's like, oh, it's Wilbur the garbage man. It's like, why do you have a...
It's like, dude, I don't need a whole bunch of... I need you to all help. Why don't you get garbage bags and help me?
And this is my favorite part. So Saunders said, people see me and they toot the horn and they stop. If people don't see me out there cleaning away at it, they feel there's something wrong with me. So not only is he going around cleaning up after all these assholes, and they're like, haha, look, he's cleaning, what an idiot. But when he's not there, they're like, where the fuck is this lazy son of a bitch?
Right.
Like, what's wrong with this?
What's he at home?
What's wrong with this 72-year-old dude that is recovering from heart surgery?
Right.
Why isn't he out here cleaning up after us? I don't want to look at this.
Have to clean up.
I don't want to look at this trash. Go get the old guy. Oh, it's 3 Below. I don't care. I see a Sprite can over there.
I put it there.
Yeah, I just put it there. That's how I know it's there. It's behind the snow berm.
It's like a human Roomba.
Yeah. Oh no, Wilbur's caught under the couch again.
I think it was always under the couch.
The sensors just don't work.
Right.
Yeah, like it's nice that Wilbur's going around and, you know, taking charge, but you got the citizens who are like, yeah, you're doing a good job, but they're giving him coffee and everything, which I guess is a nice neighborly gesture, but at the same time, an equal, if not better, gesture is not giving him more to do.
Right.
And then the city is like, hey, you're doing a great job. Here's a certificate and more bags. Get back out there, champ. He's picked up 1,500 bags in the 8 years he's done it, and they gave him 12. I think that's like they had a box that was open. Like, here, you want the rest of these? They're not drawstring.
No,
they're the ones you use a twist tie, and we kept the twist ties because they're fun to play with. So I just want you to do everything.
Crappy plastic. Like, we got them at Dollar General.
Mm-hmm. Like
they're not very good.
They have the little flaps that you can tie them.
They don't even have the scent guard. Like,
no, in fact, they actually smell like trash. These are the trash smelling trash bags. So that way, when you throw your trash in it, you don't know how bad it smells.
Oh man. Well, that's gonna do it for this week. Where can they find us online?
You can find us individually on Twitter at PatrickNewsom42.
Yeah.
Or at Hungry as a Bear. You can follow the entire DVM production empire at the DVMPE. Find this podcast by looking at Stupid Tweeting or going to Stupid's Talking Stupid on Facebook or YouTube.
You can find all the other podcasts we do on dvmpe.com, including Aerocast and Flashcast. That is going to do it for this week for the Stupid's Talking Stupid. I am Patrick.
And I'm Bear.
And we'll talk to you later.
Racist spoon.